Back when our bodies were still strong, our steps were still fast, and our minds were always sharp, the world felt like it belonged to us. Every important decision seemed inextricably linked to our involvement. At home, at work, in the community, we were the center. No matter what happened, someone would ask us questions. What do you think? At home, the children who once couldn't sleep without us now don't have time to ask how we're doing. They have responsibilities. They have families of their own. They still love us, but love doesn't always equate to presence. And in the midst of their busy schedules, we slowly fade from our top priorities. In social circles, many things begin to change. Meeting invitations are only extended to those who are productive. Our opinions are sometimes considered old-fashioned. We also begin to choose silence, not because we have nothing better to say, but because we know we're no longer heard. In places of worship, food stalls, or public places, people greet us simply with small talk. "Still well, sir? Still able to walk, ma'am?" A tone that sounds appreciative, but sometimes feels like a sign, "Oh, you're still here, huh?" And what hurts most isn't what people say, but when we ourselves begin to doubt whether our existence is still important.
This isn't about blaming the child. It's not about being disappointed in the family. It's not about demanding attention. It's about the cycle of life that everyone inevitably encounters. We used to be like that too, busy with our own affairs, chasing our dreams, building a family, and sometimes forgetting that our parents were waiting for us at home. Now the roles have reversed. We're in that position. And it's just beginning to dawn on us how being a non-priority can shake our self-confidence. Before, we could come home late, work double shifts, and share our income, knowing that it would all go back to our family. But now, when that energy is no longer there, we begin to ask, what's left of all those sacrifices?
Maybe it's time to change our perspective. If others no longer put us at the top of their list, it doesn't mean our lives have lost their meaning. We just need to learn one thing: make ourselves a priority. We don't have to wait for someone to come over to eat with us. We can start enjoying eating alone while listening to our favorite music. We don't have to wait for a phone call from our children to feel loved. We can start writing, reflecting, talking to ourselves, and finding a quiet peace. We can start building a small world that doesn't depend on the presence of others. A world filled with books we love, plants we care for, small activities that bring us joy.
Don't wait for children to come to feel valued. Don't wait for grandchildren to hug you to feel significant. Start now, rediscovering ourselves. What makes us happy without involving others? Growing old means losing many things: energy, speed, memory, attention. But it also means gaining many things we once lacked: calmness, time, freedom, and wisdom. Take advantage of it. Use it to reorganize your life. Use it to forgive yourself for all your shortcomings. Use it to build meaningful days, not because they're seen, but because we truly live them wholeheartedly.
Being no longer someone else's priority doesn't mean we're a failure. It doesn't mean we're unimportant. And it doesn't mean we're finished. In fact, that's when we learn that true happiness doesn't depend on who's around us, but on how we're present to ourselves. So if today feels lonely, if no one asks how you're doing, if the world seems to move on without looking back, take heart.
because the value of our lives never depends on how many people remember us, but on how deeply we know ourselves.